strategy when it comes to dealing with China? And your reaction also to China reiterating their statement, calling it the arbitral award as piece of paper?
Well, first of all, if there is a change in the policy, the architect of our foreign policy is the president, and the president has already given out his position and his mandate on this matter. And therefore, what has been started by former President, former Secretary Enrique Manalo, I will be continuing it. Now, to react strongly to your statement, the Philippines will always be very strong in the position, our position on the arbitral award. But if you recall my statement at Stratbase, I said something that yes, the arbitral award is one of the anchors, basic anchor of our maritime policy together with UNCLOS. But in effect, there is also as a result of which I mentioned four positions there. One is, despite that fact, we adhere to international law. We have a strong communication lines with China and will maintain the strong communication lines. And then we will also leverage partnership with our and multilateralism. And the fourth one, that we will continue the role of the Department of Foreign Affairs to play a role in the capacity building of our defense and security agencies. I just want to reiterate that. Thank you.
The other day, Philippine Embassy in Beijing, some say very rarely opposed or publicly opposed the statements made of a Chinese think tank during a think tank conference in Beijing, and reaffirm its position in the 2016 arbitral ruling. Since that happened in their host country in China, would you expect any statements from Beijing calling them out, and how would the DFA support that statements made by our post in Beijing, since they made that statement in China? Yeah.
Well, the statements that was released by our Philippine Embassy in Beijing, was it yesterday, are very much coordinated with us, with the Department of Foreign Affairs. So they've done what they are expected to do and talk. Discuss this over in their discussions with that think tank. There were a lot of discussions there on certain issues that are maybe misleading, but we have given our statement, and this is exactly the statement also, more or less, with our position here in the headquarters in Manila.
Yeah. Have you heard of any? Have you gotten any word from our ambassador in Beijing, Ambassador Flor Cruz, if he has been advised to report or to appear? Okay.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, what the report on? Yes, they have given us the report of what excuse me, of what happened and what transpired during that think tank discussion. And no, I think this issue for 9 years now, since the arbitral award of 2016 came about, I think this is something that our friends are aware of. So it's just probably that they are very much aware of our position. So it's not a problem. We have already stated our position in Beijing. We have stated our position here. I even restated that during my intervention in the ASEAN Regional Forum in Kuala Lumpur.
My apologies, Secretary, if you already answered this. What are the two most crucial issues that President Marcos will raise the moment he meets President Trump?
Again, as I mentioned to the lady over here, is that this is something that is still subject to discussion. Probably at the appropriate time, we'll be able to give you more information as the day progresses. But not yet. We have no. We are still in the period of discussing.
Thank you, sir.
Approach in handling our disputes in the West Philippine Sea. And my third question is, can you give us an update on the 3 Filipinos who were arrested in China for espionage? Thank you.
I'd like to answer the second question first before I forget. I know for a fact that we have classified these 3 Filipinos that were arrested as a consular issue. There has been notification. The Chinese government notified us, and this is in Guangzhou, Philippine consulate, under the jurisdiction of the Philippine consulate in Guangzhou. And there had also been, I think, the access to these 3 persons have been granted, and there are now discussions. Okay, the prosecutor of the Chinese government, I just want to say that we have already also hired a law firm to protect these Filipinos. So this is what we have done so far in towards the protection of these 3 Filipinos in China.
The first question.
The first question. The first question is, again, I go back to that. If your question is what will be how do I describe? Again, I repeat that the architect of the Philippine foreign policy is the president. What he has mandated, what he has said will be our guide. So what has been started by then Secretary Manalo is something that I will follow. However, perhaps I have already sort of enumerated during my strat-based statement that despite the fact that there will be certain differences and challenges, we will always, 1, adhere to international law, 2, continue to have the channels of communication open with China, 3rd is continue with multilateralism and leverage our partnerships, and the 4th is that the role of the Department of Foreign Affairs is to be the conduit with other defense and to continue the capacity building with our defense and security agencies. That will be something that will be continuing, and we will always protest if there is something that is inappropriate or something that is not correct. I think that is demanded. Again, the lines, diplomacy will still be the road. Will still have its dominance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary.